time to join me on a journey that is the Involution Trail in Nelson. So I know what you're thinking looking down at my front wheel. Shit, Jamie's grown another 1.5 inches. Well, you would be right. Today is the second ride on my new old Yeti SB69er. In previous videos you may have seen me test ride the SB130, SB150, 29er versions of Yeti's new lineup, and never really gelled with the bikes. Did only test them for a short time, admittedly, but compared to the smaller 27-inch wheel of my SB6, felt cumbersome, buzzed my butt, couldn't get over the back, and just really didn't feel at one with the bike. Since then, done a few races and really looking to extract a bit more speed from the bike. And a few notices or comparisons on some fast flowing sort of single track was how hard I was having to work the bike compared to rolling on 29-inch wheels. Now obviously there's a lot of hype at the moment around mullets, but there's definitely a lot of merit behind the idea, which led me to putting down some ideas, doing a whole lot of over analysing, and came to the conclusion that it could be done based on the 2019 Yeti, which is a 170mm fork compared to my 2018 160mm fork. You really need to subtract 20mm of front travel out of the bike to get your geometry right, which I'll explain in the next clip. So here it is, the new old Yeti SB69er. All my calculations were based on the 2019 Yeti, which is the 170mm 27-inch fork on the front. So what I ended up doing was going for a 150mm 29er. Effectively, when you are going for a mullet, the lowers are longer and obviously the wheel radius is larger, and it equates around about 35mm. So you've got to realise that picks up the head tube. Obviously it'll make the seat a little bit slacker. It will add a little bit of slackness or rake to the front of the bike, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, which does increase your wheelbase ever so slightly. So what I ended up doing to achieve the same handlebar height is taking off my 25mm stack cup there. I'm currently actually not running a cup, my one's still at the bike shop, running the Cane Creek Slam set, which is about 2mm. So I've lowered my handlebars about 17mm, lowered the travel in the fork 20mm, which has given me the same handlebar height, and only ended up raising the bottom bracket by about 2mm. You don't want to have less suspension travel on the front compared to the back. So this has got about 152mm on the back, so it's got 150 on the front. Not going to split hairs over 2mm. Haven't really affected the way the bike feels. The geometry feels almost identical to how it used to, but I've noticed a huge performance gain in its ability when I go downhill and its ability to roll, which I'll explain when we take off down Involution. Alright, here we go. Involution Nelson. So this trail's got a little bit of moisture on it, so these roots are going to be slippery, and I'm not going to try and break any records, although I don't want to piss around with my new setup either. I want to see comparative time, but not worth crashing. So this is just a fantastic trail. Nelson as a network of trails would be pick of New Zealand, in my opinion. I've ridden most places in New Zealand and I just love Nelson so much. Ooh, slippery. So the one thing with the mullet conversion that I've noticed straight off the bat, this ability to roll. And that's very common of 29er bikes versus smaller wheels, obviously, for the rolling diameter, but I didn't think it would be as substantial as what it is. But the beautiful thing with the mullet is that the back end of the bike feels absolutely the same. So playful, and I can get over the back and not buzz my bum, and it doesn't feel clumsy leaning. I do notice a bit of a change in the way that the bike leans into corners just through the added weight of the rolling diameter and stuff, but it's not a major. And any negative of that happening far outweighed by the positives of being able to roll faster, like tenfold. Ooh. That dangerous wet route, a slippery route will get you into a lot of trouble in many aspects of life. One of the biggest things I'm getting used to with the mullet conversion, not so much the geometry of the bike, it's probably going from a fork, a Fox performance fork, to a RockShox Lyric Select, which you'd say is the equivalent. The Fox, notice, has a natural tendency to want to ramp, so I'd run that without any tokens to get through all the travel. Whereas with the RockShox, I've had to run 2 tokens, borderline contemplating another half or third token just to drop the PSI down to keep that small bump sensitivity. Other than that, geez, it goes good. I took the bike out for its maiden voyage yesterday. Fork's not quite dialed, and managed to get PBs on about 50% of the trails. In any trail, hang on. Any trail I didn't get a PB, I got second fastest off the bat. It is a night and day difference in speed. Now I am a little bit more puffed, racing focused than your average sort of weekend warrior, which is main motivator for trying to chase seconds. So was the bike fine before the mullet? Absolutely awesome bike, loved it. Is it better post mullet? Well, look, that's subjective, but I absolutely love it. It's faster. The big thing I notice, I'm nowhere near, I shouldn't say nowhere near, I'm not as fatigued at the bottom of a trail from having to constantly pop, crackle and squeak over everything to try and keep fast. So get to the bottom of the run and I'm not suffering arm pump as bad. It's only my legs and lungs that are burning, not so much in the forearm. Which on a day's enduro racing can be a big thing. Why'd I go rock shops over Fox? Because I found a lyric off a new bike that had never been ridden for 2/3 the price of a new one. What offset did I run? 51. Did I overanalyze and research offsets too much? Absolutely. So I asked one of the local EWS racers in Christchurch. He had an opinion on fork offset. He turned around and said he didn't even know what offset he was running. That's a top 30 rider, so buy into it what you will. Sorry if this video is longer. You get a 2 for 1. Mullet. One of the best trails in Nelson. I'm nearly there, guys. Girls. Enjoy your mochaccino. And that's it. Here we are. Oh, good time. Cheers for joining me on this this ride. It's been emotional.